Hi everybody, my name is Hannah and this is Pepper and Pine, and I have an astronomy project to share with you today. We are actually not working through our astronomy main lesson block, but we recently had a solar eclipse, and so we're going to do a project that's also religious based on the solar eclipse. So I'm going to start out by cutting out a circle here that's going to go into our Waldorf main lesson block. These are astronomy main lesson books, and they have blue pages and white pages. It's just perfect for all of your astronomy work. And I'm going to create what looks like the total solar eclipse. Even though we were not in the path of the total solar eclipse, we were in the path of the partial solar eclipse, and this is the second partial solar eclipse that we've experienced in the last about 6 years. So now that I've removed the page, you can see that it looks like a solar eclipse, a total solar eclipse, but I've added a little bit of gray chalk over the blue just so that you can get more of a sense of a shadow that the moon has cast upon the planet. Next, I'm going to add a little border to the page that I'm going to do my writing on, and the writing is going to include aspects of a solar eclipse, but also religious aspects as well. When possible, I like to include some religious significance to our lessons, but for this one, I did want to include some religious significance about solar eclipses and the practice of Muslims during a solar eclipse. When the Prophet ﷺ noticed that there was a solar eclipse happening, he would rush to the masjid and he would pray. And the prayer that he would offer is different and also the same as other prayers. It's two-ruka, so you are standing and kneeling twice. However, each time that you're standing and kneeling, you are standing and kneeling much longer than you would typically stand and kneel in prayer. I apologize for not being able to describe the specific prayer better, but I have linked a video in the description box that goes through the entire prayer in detail. So I did want to include that aspect in our lesson because we did go to the masjid to perform that special prayer. And it is a prayer that is supposed to last the duration of the eclipse. It didn't, so we still had time to see the eclipse, but I find it a profound wisdom that if there was a total solar eclipse, you would be praying the entire time, which in a way signifies the awe of this amazing phenomenon and this reminder of Allah's creation. And so we are taking a moment to pray to Allah and not to pray to the phenomenon, which is very important that we distinguish the difference. But also the wisdom that I see in this as well is that if you were in the presence of a total solar eclipse, you may be looking up at the sky in astonishment and thereby damaging your eyes and your eyesight, because while the sun itself is darkened by the moon, the ultraviolet rays that are still damaging to your eyes are still being emitted, and so you can have severe eye damage if you are looking up at this total solar eclipse. Of course, now there are special glasses that you can wear, but I think the wisdom is still prevalent. I think it's a really beautiful thing to be bowing down while this phenomenon is happening up above. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson and its religious significance. If you'd like to see some of the other astronomy lessons and projects we've done, you can find the link to the entire playlist down in the description box below. You can also head to my website and check out the blog post that accompanies this video. It is filled with all of the projects and tutorials that we have done in the past for our astronomy units. And if you'd like to see how we're homeschooling on a daily basis, you can find me on Instagram at Pepper and Pine.